Do you remember your first online purchase? For our younger team members who grew up in the 2000s, this may not have been a momentous occasion. But for those of us who were of consumer age in the 1990s, there was a time when entering your credit card number on the World Wide Web to purchase a product was new and, to be honest, a little scary. In a physical store, you can inspect the item you are purchasing. You can see with your eyes its quality, size, and sturdiness. You can watch the cashier take your money and give you correct change before walking out of the store with your product in hand. You could leave with reasonable confidence in the quality of the item you have purchased. In 1995, a web-based bookstore launched on the World Wide Web. The founder, based out of his garage in Washington State, knew that customers looking to purchase books online would want variety not available in a physical store and the convenience of direct-to-home delivery. But he also knew that they would want, or at the time really need, to know the quality of what they were purchasing before they could overcome their fears of making purchases online. His solution wasn't to talk up products in their online descriptions or make sure the lighting was right in the pictures of the product. It was honest, sometimes brutally honest, reviews from other customers. Users could log in and read the reviews of others and feel confidence in the book they selected, a confidence that was somehow even better than flipping through pages in a brick-and-mortar store. At the time, his critics called the move a colossal mistake. How can you market a product when the negative reviews of other customers are visible for the whole world to see? But it wasn't a mistake. Soon, the bookstore expanded to electronics, home improvement items, toys, and other items, and the site exploded, with the selection and customer base becoming as broad and as wide as the river he named his company after, the Amazon. In our last session, we looked at the incentive theory of motivation as we explore the topic of what motivates our customers. We looked at ways to add reward to our product or services that increase the likelihood that our customers, whether internal or external, will want more of what we have to offer. We discussed how this can be the big and bold reward like a pink Cadillac, or the small and subtle reward like the tingle in your toothpaste. This week, we will look at a process I call the why pivot. Broken down, this involves two critical steps that are often overlooked after receiving or anticipating a request from a customer. The first step is to identify and fully understand your customer's why. After exploring their why, step 2 is to look for any pivots that would help you better achieve their why, even if it isn't what or how your customers initially requested. To help you craft this pivot, ask yourself, is there a change that can be made to help my customers achieve their why in a way that is more cost-effective, more efficient, more practical, or that is a novel approach that will differentiate my product or services from my competitors? Let's take an internal customer service example. Philip manages a team of heating and air technicians for Cool Breeze Inc. He approaches his VP of HR, Arturo, to ask if he could hire an additional technician. Arturo asks Philip why he believes he needs an extra technician to be hired. In other words, he completed step 1. He asked the why question. Philip explained that it had been difficult to cover Saturday shifts with their current staff and that he needed another technician who could reliably cover Saturdays. To better understand Philip's why, Arturo asked if he and Philip could review the schedules of their current technicians. They pulled attendance records for the previous 4 weeks. In other words, step 1B, Arturo dug deeper into the why. Once he fully understood Philip's why, Arturo moved on to step 2. He looked for the why pivot. Even though it had been a busy season, Arturo noticed that several of the technicians had only worked an average of 36 hours per week. Because Philip's why was that he needed extra coverage on Saturdays, Arturo was able to discuss several alternatives to hiring an extra technician, including attendance initiatives, pay incentives, and schedule adjustments. Initially, Philip and Arturo decided to break Saturdays into 2 4-hour shifts rather than 1 8-hour shift. They also set up systems to flag technicians who had not yet reached their 40 hours for the week. Between these 2 initiatives, Philip was better able to cover Saturdays without the expense of an additional technician. Returning to our initial example of Amazon, Bezos founded his online bookstore upon careful consideration of a key question. Why would consumers switch their buying habits to make regular online purchases? In addition to convenience and selection, he identified that a key why for his customers was a sense of confidence in the quality of their purchase. This was essential to creating a confident and comfortable online consumer base. Knowing this why, he pivoted from conventional wisdom that said talk up your products to customers to creating an honest customer review system that has revolutionized not only his company, but the entire retail industry. Never underestimate the power of a well-crafted why pivot. Identify your customer's why, craft a solution that improves your product or services to accomplish their why, and better serve your customers. Thank you.